On today's Tell Dr. D, love and heartbreak. Are you sick of living with a broken heart? Wonder how you can cure it in less than a month. Today we have One Life to Live star and author Katherine Hicklin discussing her book, The 30-Day Heartbreak Cure. How to move on from your ended relationship to a new life. Also, former Baywatch beauty and TV star Angelica Bridges visits to talk about her compelling story of relationship loss and recovery. Tell Dr. D starts right now. Hi, I'm Dr. Dale Archer. Welcome to my show, Tell Dr. D. This is the first show of the first season. Wow, how cool is that? My own talk show. You know, I've been practicing psychiatry for 22 years, and I remember my first TV appearance way back in 1987 talking about chemical imbalance of the brain, and people thought I was crazy. Now as we enter the age of genomics, DNA, and advanced brain scans, the evidence is overwhelming that psychiatric illness is caused by a chemical imbalance of the brain. But you know what? The more things change, the more they stay the same. People are still worried to talk about their condition in fear of ridicule. And every day, folks with psychiatric problems are told by family, friends, and loved ones, hey, just get over it. Lately, I've been very lucky to appear as a regular guest on Fox News and CNN Headline News. It's been an amazing experience and very humbling working with the national level caliber folks, and I am just honored to be able to do that. But though I'm happy to be a guest on their shows, in the end, it's still someone else's show. But this show, this is mine. There's an amazing amount of responsibility because I pick the guests, I pick the topics, I ask the questions, I really decide it all. Well, except for one thing. I don't decide whether the show succeeds or fails. That's where you come in. That's your choice. The one thing I've learned about being in the media is that there are hundreds of people out there just like me, and they have a message that they really believe in and want to put on TV, and you know what? Most of them will fail. So here's my promise. First, I admit I have an agenda, and it's very simple. I want to dispel the myths and stigmas of mental illness. That's it. No matter what else happens, if I can do that one thing, this will be a success. Next, I will always be honest with you. There will never be a stage guest, never a publicity stunt. What you see is what you get. Of course, the greatest message in the world is not going to work if no one's listening. So I have to make the show entertaining, fun, and interesting. I am so honored to be here and to be a part of your life for these next 30 minutes. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. On my website, you can write in if you want to be a guest, if you want to ask a question, www.telldrd.com. Thank you. Okay, today we're talking about broken hearts. Be honest, you've suffered a broken heart, haven't you? Or at least you know someone who has. So what about all those stories from family, friends, coworkers? Could be a divorce, a recent breakup, or maybe the childhood crush that just won't go away. Well, my first guest has written an amazing book called The 30-Day Heartbreak Cure, and she'll be here right after the break to tell us all about it. Stay tuned.
You're watching Tell Dr. D.
At Memorial, we get that women are different and that you have special needs and wants, like modern birthing suites, the latest breast health diagnostics, advanced neonatal care, and other women-specific services. As a mother, daughter, sister, wife, and grandmother, you have many roles in life, and so should your health care. That's why there's Lake Charles Memorial Hospital for Women, a special place that understands your life. We are Memorial for Women.
If you or a loved one is experiencing depression, anxiety, or bipolar disorder, there is help locally. Bridgeway Psychiatric Center offers a day treatment program that combines medication management with psychotherapy to decrease symptoms and help clients get back to the things they enjoy. If these symptoms describe you or someone you know, Bridgeway can help. Bridgeway Psychiatric Center provides effective treatment without the confinement of a hospital. For more information or to schedule a confidential screening, call 562-0211.
There's a place, not so far away, a place where you don't have to keep the volume down. You'll find all sorts of creatures in this place without have to. The silly you, the proud you. You may even meet the curious you. Ask your parents to take you to this not-so-far-away place. Come to the forest, where the other you lives. But first, stop by discovertheforest.org.
You may know my next guest as a cast member of ABC's highly rated daytime drama, One Life to Live, where she plays the complicated and oh-so-troubled Lindsay Rappaport. Or perhaps you've seen her appearances on behalf of her company, Cat Cosmetics. But there's so much more to this lovely lady than meets the eye. She's written a book called The 30-Day Heartbreak Cure. Katherine Hicklin's going to be here to talk to us today about strategies we can use to lessen the blow of heartbreak and move forward with our lives. Please welcome Katherine Hicklin.
Well, hello. I'm so proud of you.
Well, you know what? I am just saying that I am glad you're here, and you came all the way from New York.
Yep.
Because the first time we were supposed to meet, way back on Fox News, they called me on Friday and they wanted me to review your book, and I said, okay, I'll do it. We were going to be on the strategy room, and noon on Monday. So I spent all weekend reading your book, which was fantastic, by the way.
Thank you.
And I show up at noon, and you stood me up.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
It was a little scheduling issue. Nobody told me about the event. So when
Hate it when you have that publicist problem, right?
I know, but thank God for Facebook, because you said, gee, we really missed you on the show today on my
Yeah,
Facebook wall.
I did.
I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yes.
I was supposed to be on a Fox show today. It flipped me out.
But all's well that ends well, because we ended up doing 2 days later, and
Yeah.
we got to talk about your book, and we had a great time. We became friends,
Yep.
and I
Done
liked
many.
your book so much, I actually decided to do a topic on heartbreak on my show, and here you are.
Yeah, and it's one of my favorite topics, because we're all going to go through it.
Right.
We're all been through it, going through it, will go through it.
Okay, I want to know, you wrote this book, The 30-Day Heartbreak Cure. I want to know your story. How in the world did you decide you were going to write this book and become really an expert on heartbreak?
Well, because I've been on soap operas for 28 years.
Right.
So and always some dramatic role.
Right.
And my life started to mirror my job.
But I'm about to say, you had to have a personal story
Yes.
that goes along with that.
Well,
because no one can get that into it, and you put yourself out there in the book tremendously.
Yeah, and I've always really believed that telling our own story helps other people, because there's a relatability factor that we have with each other. If only we could get rid of the fear of talking about our deepest, darkest places. That's how we shine a light on them and get past it.
And I think that for you, you outlined several relationships, really, that where you wallowed in the heartbreak, and it was very tough for you to move on, and then all of a sudden, the light went on. What happened there?
Well, I was looking at my history in my relationships. I was
Right.
married to David Hasselhoff, and that was many, many, many years ago. That was,
Right.
I don't even remember, but almost 20.
Sure.
And that ended it did not end well.
Yeah.
I would like for things to end well, but it doesn't always. Then
We all wanted to end well. But
yeah, exactly.
usually with relationships,
It
not
takes
the
two
case.
people working towards that. It can end well.
Right.
And my other marriage to Michael Knight, who I adore, and he's my best friend, that 16 years of marriage. And when we saw that this marriage wasn't going to go the distance, we decided that we were going to end it well. And I could only do that because I had changed the way that I think.
Right.
And I was able to help him change the way he thinks.
Yeah.
And when I say change the way I think, I mean getting to know yourself so well.
I think you've hit on the key, and that's absolutely right. I think that the big mistake we have in today's society is it's a very couple-centric society. Everyone thinks, oh, I'm a loser if I'm not in a relationship. So you get out of a relationship, and the first thing most folks do is get back into another relationship without processing what they learned, what went wrong, and who they are and what they want out of not only a relationship, but themselves. You got to know yourself before you can possibly know what you want.
That's exactly right. And there's one component in there that is really important that we're going to bring up right now,
Which
which
one?
is
Okay. All right. Yeah,
which
let's bring it
is
up.
because all those were great components.
Okay.
And here's the big one.
All right.
What was my part in the end of this?
Of course. Yeah.
Because you know what? When we accept and own the responsibility of our actions,
And we can only own our own